Ladies, gentlemen, aviators, gamers, and everything else in between, welcome to yet another War Thunder video, and today we are going to be talking about the FW190 A-1. Let's go. So you may be wondering why the video looks like it does. So I was foolish enough not to actually record the game as I was playing it, so this is just the replay. So for any of you guys who have actually used the plane, I'm sure you'll agree with me when I say that this thing is insanely awesome. I was looking through the tech tree, and I previously was at the HE something of it was really bad, and I saw this, and it's got a battle rating of 3.7 and is the best in anything in its tier, sort of horizontally. If you look across, I can guarantee you this is probably better. So what we're going to do is weigh out the pros and the cons to this lovely plane. So first of all, it's very fast. I'm sure you guys again would know if you've used it, but it has a total max speed of 652 kilometers per hour, which is quite fast, and for its tier anyway, for the how early on you can get it. Furthermore, it has very powerful weapons. It's equipped with 4 7.92 mils and 2 20mm cannons, and I'm sure, as you know, they just eat up anything in its path. It also has a very good climb rate. So the design intentions for this plane is sort of vertical flights, and you can use that to your ability. The fact that you can climb that high and whatnot, you can use it to evade enemies and get the advantage in the upper hand. It also has a really good roll rate, and that's due to its very small thin wings. It also has very good high speed maneuverability, and this doesn't really apply to me, but if you use this plane in realistic or simulation battles, when you maneuver at high G, you can potentially, if an enemy's following you, it'll rip his wings off because the G's that much, but you can withstand it, which is good news. So the cons. But Ollie, this plane is awesome. Yes it is. But everything has its weaknesses. So the first one is being something that I didn't really learn till a bit later on after this video of using it, is its horrible turn rate horizontally and its inability of doing so. I mean, it does work and you can get kills doing it, obviously, because I have in this video, but it's a lot easier to fight vertically with this specific plane. So the last negative point, which I agree with, and it even states it on the wiki, is that the cannons have quite a low amount of ammo for them, so you have to be quite reserving with your shots. You have to place them well, and you have to make sure that you can secure the kills, because I know for a fact if I went into a dogfight and my 20 mils were up and they weren't reloading or they weren't jammed, I could secure a kill pretty confidently, whereas if I'm just using the 7.92 mils, it's a bit more, you feel like you have to follow them and then wait for your cannons to come back. Even then, it's really not that big of a deal because you can reload them pretty quick, and if you do feel that you can't win an engagement or you're being tailed, you can just outmaneuver them pretty easily. So that is the comparison done. I've told you the positives and I've told you the negatives to the plane. So what is the actual conclusion, the summary of what's been said? Buy the goddamn plane. If you want a new plane, buy this plane. If you're struggling with, being successful, buy this plane. If you want something fast that will actually almost guarantee success, buy this plane. Okay, admittedly, I might have got a little bit too excited there, but I really can't stress enough. If you're having troubles with any planes, if you feel like you're not very good, just honestly, just give it a try. Even if you don't like it, just please try it. And you might even be quite pleasantly surprised. Do it. Right, because that wasn't weird at all. So I'm just going to give you guys a few tips now on how to use this a bit more effectively, because I've used it for quite a lot. I've played the game quite a bit. I think I've got 88 hours. I know that's not a lot, but to say I've only done one video on it, that's actually kind of quite bad. I'm not really too happy with that, but it is what it is. So a few tips is, if you are being chased, or if you know when you have a plane right behind you, because you can press C and you can view around, or you can look behind you, and if you know that plane is better than you, just dive, because you can dive, you can throttle down and put your flaps up and then turn around and just dive down. But if you know that your plane is better than their plane, climb. Okay, it might seem a weird concept, but it makes sense, because if you climb, what'll happen is they'll chase you. Yeah, they might get a few shots on you. I mean, if you sway side to side, they probably won't. But there'll be a point where you can continue to climb and their plane will level out. You know, the critical speed, push your nose down, that really annoying sign, symbol, UI thing that pops on your screen. That'll happen to them, but not to you. So they'll start to level out, and then you're above them, and again, you can just throttle down, turn your flaps on, turn around and just completely annihilate him. That's my best tip. Throttle and flaps, just use them. Use them! So the last final tip I will give you guys is to try always maintain the height advantage, because this plane is designed to dive. To dive, to kill, dive to maneuver, everything. Dive, 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 dive. So this is also why it goes by the name of Zoom and Boom. You're in there, you're fast, boom, you deliver your firepower, you unleash hell, you kill them, and you zoom off into the distance. I hope this video helped you in some form or another, whether it was gameplay to see if it was any good, or to give you guys some tips and pointers on how to use it. If it did, please be sure to let me know. I genuinely do appreciate any feedback at all.